Hey dudes, it's your friend, the Reverend Pirate Frog. Come join me in the circle with my bearded brother, Howlingbuds, the poet laureate himself, Stoney Alpinist, and of course, the better half of Frapple and my friend, Johnny Apple. Pass to the left and let's have some fucking fun.
Alrighty, thank you for joining the circle. I am the Reverend Pirate Frog, and I like to surf and grow cannabis. I'm an electrical engineer, and I made Johnny run this episode. How about you, Johnny? You going to lead this one?
Time out. Electrical engineer.
Yeah, I was like, don't you even know him?
I've been pretty adamant that I refuse to work with electrical anything. But I do appreciate
water
the monotone. Wonderful. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I take it that's a no.
No, I'm not, Johnny. I do want to make a quick notion, quick motion before the board here at YAG, but I think Johnny should do all intros from now on. That was beautiful, guys.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Noted.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Good.
Well, I have good resources.
There you go.
I've listened to enough of his voice to get it down pat. Either way, what's up, guys? Stoney, how are you, man?
Wonderful, dude. It's great to see everybody here tonight.
Nice. What you got roaming in the head?
Oh man, you got too many hours to go with that one. But
no, I meant
floating around is that some of the I still have some of that guava punch left over from the last one. So it is absolutely delightful, especially during the nighttime, to kind of wake me up a little bit. So yeah, goat genetics guava punch swirling in the air for me tonight, man.
All right. What about you, Howler? What's in your head?
I am paying tribute to the German friend from the land that doesn't exist. I'm smoking Salmoso. So we'll see how far I get through this.
What was that? What was that rig you were using? How are you consuming?
Oh, I'm doing the Mighty Plus. I haven't actually lit up a lighter since I got this thing, which has been a couple months now.
Wow.
Fantastic. Do you feel the difference on your lungs at all? I mean, you barely smoked, so I can't imagine that you were having a ton of lung damage from the joint a week you managed.
No, but I did try once, like after I got it, maybe 2 weeks into it, I tried it again, and I tried lighting up a bowl, and I couldn't get through it. I'm like, this is fucking harsh. Like, who the hell does this shit?
Yeah,
no, I don't even smoke.
My problem, I mean, and I have terrible sense of taste to begin with, so I'm willing to give this up, but after the first hit, it's
clip that for next time he says something about genetics. Clip that I have terrible taste, please. Sorry, mental note.
It doesn't matter what, it always tastes like burnt popcorn to me. It's just the degrees of which it's burnt. So like the cheaper device I had, it was instantly harsh burnt. This one's a bit more mellow, and I get like a first pull on it that gives me like a kind of a sense of what it tastes like, but it's very muted. So that's the one downside. It's like everyone talks about all these terps and what they're smelling and tasting, and it's like, no, burnt popcorn for me.
The green hit.
It
sucks when you smoke a king size fucking joint because the only thing that tastes good is the fucking green hit, and maybe the couple after that. It's very rare where you've got really loud terps that it lasts for half the fucking joint. That's some really joints. Fresh shit.
I want a joint, and I actually started looking around here because I don't like relighting joints, and I mean a full size joint's not lasting me one session. It's like 3 sessions at least, and I don't like relighting them. So I like to get the cones that are the good size, and Raw makes a 70-30 cone where it has this. It's a dog walker, but with a big tip on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find them anywhere, and Amazon won't ship because of some law that's in Illinois or something that they can't ship that.
Did you go straight to their website? I think it's like the RSD or something like that. Like you can get it direct from the website.
No, actually, I should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I got.
I'm willing to pay a premium because they work so well.
It's really not even a premium. You'll actually pay because remember it's going through wholesale. And this is direct, so just be careful because there's a lot of cool stuff on there that you'll end up getting. But it's there. I think it's like RSD or something like that.
I'll check it out.
It's worthwhile. But I want to go back to that device you're using because I got a PAX a while ago, and I toyed around with it and some of the heat settings on it. So that's my first question on it is like, what kind of heat settings do you have on that thing? Because I know that that's like top of the line right now.
I stay around like 365 on it, which I think the range is anywhere from 340 to like 400. And there's people that rip it at 400, and I don't know how the fuck they do that.
I know that when people are there, you set your temperature based on what experience you want, obviously. But there are people who do like step it up, right? They'll take the first couple low because that's where the terps are. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, when you want to get the terps, you got to go low. But then I don't ever feel it, so I'm just like, yeah, it tastes okay, but
365 is like the middle ground for me. If I go any lower, I feel not as much, and if I go higher, it's fine. It's just I don't even get that first green pull that tastes a little like something. It's just straight popcorn at that point. But I'll pump it up like if especially because I'm lazy, and if I get some pulls that are kind of weak, but I'm too lazy to pack another capsule, I'll jack it up to like 385. And it's like I'll get another one out of this for now.
So because I've seen like that. I've seen some charts online doing some research that you can actually dial in temperatures for certain terpenes.
Yeah.
Like myrcene is one of the ones that comes out at the really lower rates. But then I can't remember what this beta caryophyllene is more in the higher range of the heat. And the linalool, I think, was in the same thing. And that's why I think sometimes it gets overwhelming for me because it burns at such a high rate. And then there's a certain threshold of like too much heat where it actually turns into some pretty toxic shit. But you were about to say, so.
No, I'm actually, I should try. I may even repack this capsule just so I could try. I looked it up really quick, the boiling point of limonene, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's 348.
There you go,
I'm
man.
like way beyond, like I'm 15, 17 degrees past that. Like I'm wondering if I just step it down for the first couple pulls just to get the taste.
Yeah.
And then get back to business. I can go higher, but
it'd be interesting to find out what the THC, like what that best that the combust at and whatever that temperature. Well, I guess it's pretty low, right? Because we do it for edibles, right? And it's a pretty low heat and go. So then, yeah, I mean, no matter what, you're getting all the THC. But if you're dialing in, especially with a device like that, where you can go by temperature, like 1 degree, right?
Yep.
As opposed to like was where I was, kind of started off to circle back on the question. There was the packs. It's got the colors on it, and I gave it to my brother a while back because he's needed a device to kind of get into, and wasn't really thinking about wanting to fire up bowls and joints and whatever, but I gave it to him, and it's really been a game changer for him. But it's got those 3 settings on it, and the last time I saw it, I think it was up on the higher end of it, and he was like a lot of people that come into it that's going for the smoke, right? And those dry or vaporizers are really meant for that lower temperature, and sometimes not even seeing. So that low temperature that you've got, you're still going to be getting THC. You're still going to be getting all your terpenes that come across. So it'd be interesting to see if you mess around with your temperatures. And now that I know, it's easy to plant seeds of knowledge, man.
Yeah, I have. The only time I really played with the temp, and I settled on 365, is when I was just trying to minimize the burnt popcorn taste, but I didn't really pay attention. Especially because I've given up trying to taste things. I just settled on like 365. That seemed to be the least harsh, but give me good hits on it. But yeah, you know what? I may pack up a new capsule during this, and I'll try it at 347, 348, and see what happens.
Interesting.
I didn't think about going that low. I think 355 may have been the lowest I've gone. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Awesome. Great devices, man.
It's super convenient, and I don't get time to. Before, when I was lighting up, I would have to go in the garage, and I never really had much time to just sit there and enjoy it. So it's just like a quick pack and light, and I'm out. And I didn't like it. And I'm walking back, I'm rushing so much. I'm walking back in the house, and I'm coughing up smoke a little bit. I'm like, I don't like this. And but the Mighty just sits on my kitchen counter. It's right there, always charging and loaded up, ready to go, and that's it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Next step is a ball vape. Thank you, Tutal.
That
kicks ass, dude.
Whew, I couldn't imagine hitting that.
I know. Speaking of which, because Johnny was so kind to ask me,
I
I'm working
was
on
like-
dog snacks.
Bravo, circling back there, Padre. That was very.
Thank you. I took
Stone-esque.
after
Well, I was-
Stoney. I wanted.
I
to
was going to
circle
ask
back.
you because you do the you vaporize as well because you do the. So I wasn't done with my circle, my friend.
I prematurely circled back, so you can now circle back to your circle. My apologies.
Hey,
Let's say-
finally, I get to finally name an episode Circle Jerk.
Yes, finally.
But
It
if I
only
heard-
took us over 100.
If I heard correctly, say the name of what you're smoking again.
Dog snacks.
Yeah.
The one that you recommended, you recommended it. It was
Mhm.
the first. I was trying to say inaugural. I can't say that word. Inaugural. Jeez.
Inaugural.
Anywho's will be the first one in the tote that I made to my first growing that. See, I get so sidetracked by my inability to pronounce words. It's hilarious. But
You should just
so
do what
she's-
I do and let it flow.
no, but see, the problem is then it bothers me more than anyone, and I'll have to listen to it and just the whole
What was your
episode. I'll be
major
sitting there.
again? By the way?
Don't talk about my my failures. We could go all night. God, can you imagine paying for the ability that I have to pay money to be this piss poor at it is just insulting. Anywho, yeah, Howling convinced me to grow this. I'm very, very, very happy that he did. However, Megan cannot stand the smell of it when I
Really?
am vaping it. Yeah, she despises it, which is hilarious because she keeps walking by and she'll look and she'll be like, it smells like shit in here. Oh, thanks.
It did have kind of a smell like that. So
Yeah, so it wasn't bad when it.
I gotta take some bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all when she was growing. Didn't smell at all in the dry. The second that I bucked it, I was like, "Oh shit, that smells pretty gnarly." And then I brought it into the house and I was grinding it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then
That's
Megan
pungent.
kept making comments, and it would be funny because I would, I'd have some, and I'd be swapped because when I harvest, ideally I like to switch between my, each strain kind of back and forth depending on what the day is and stuff. And so every 3 or 4 days, she'd be like, "God damn it, it smells terrible in here," and I'd be like, "Oh, it must be dog snacks,"
Yep.
So it is very funny. I enjoy it very much. Her not so much, but.
I'm
I'd
stoked.
try it
Is
again.
that-
I gotta
sure.
have something like that because I
Yeah.
always love just wondering how much I'm pissing off the neighbors and anybody who's just anywhere near the house. I love when people just pull in the driveway and go, "Yeah, I know I'm in the right house. I'm at the right house." Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
definitely something that I'm not normally seeking, but I like having in the rotation. And she was gorgeous, and she's really, really like. I don't give a shit about bag appeal at all, but she
She's
is
really-
really pretty.
yes.
Yeah, it is
I
amazing.
was pretty amazed by it. It was a freebie. Like
Yeah.
it's just awesome. And I'm like, and that's where
He's
I'm
working
I mean,
it too
Yeah.
now. I believe he's doing more work on it. So bravo, Howling! Excellent recommendation. I normally don't agree with your recommendations because they're far too broad and quite frankly might as well just be NyQuil. But it is
But
an
you
excellent
also
one.
harvested like 4 weeks early.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll do you the solid of growing it as a chance, but there's no way I'm letting that thing get super amber.
Fair enough.
Smelling it would knock me out.
And is there a particular temp on the ball vape that you like to do?
Right now it's set to 535. Too Tall sent it to me and it was preset to 540. I turned it down 5 degrees. I don't know overall any effect that I've noticed. I think it was more just, I figured out how to turn it up and
I
down.
accidentally hit the button.
Yeah, it was that. He told me that was best and I'm going off of what I was recommended. I do know that when I had my Lobo or any of my other, like I still have the Lobo, obviously. I very rarely use it. But that was set to like, I think 387 or something like that. And I was taking that with a water pipe adapter. Usually when I would smoke it with just the glass, it would be down to like 375, something like that, just because it's more manageable. When you're dry hitting it, I found. But yeah, I mean, the ball vape's fantastic. So but it's a
Can
whole
I
new world. So
ask a very newbie question? Like, it could be
of
any.
course.
When you all smoke, and do you take like, and those who have smoked like cigarettes, they know it's like small puffs, or do you like really have to just like fill the lungs until? Because I never cough, and I'm just wondering am I just not inhaling enough? Like everyone else coughs, and I never do, but I
The
also
only
don't
time-
take big hits.
The only time I've ever coughed generally has been because I've taken too much in, right? Like you get overzealous with a bong or something, or if the weed is really fucking dry, that'll make you cough. But generally not when smoking a joint or anything, because it's like a slow inhale that you kind of control it. And I guess maybe that's because I smoke cigarettes too. So at one point I was smoking both of them, so it was like maybe I smoked joints more like joint. But yeah, every time I've coughed has been because I've taken too much via bong. And like when I first got this ball vape, by misjudging how much you take in, right? Like if it's a new bong to you or something like that. But no, I generally think if you're coughing, you're doing it wrong, right? Like
I don't
it's
see how
not a
that's
pleasant
enjoyable.
experience.
No.
No, it's not a pleasant experience if you cough.
No, and I think people even that smoke bowls or any device, first time coming into it, and I would gander to say that people that have really bad experiences the first time that they smoke cannabis and say that it really hurts their lungs, because you hear that of some people, and they're like, I tried it once and it just was way too harsh for my lungs. Well, you probably just inhaled it directly and didn't have that sort of cigarette first kind of draw into your mouth and then inhale into it. Because some people just like start
they pulled
pulling
the bowl and
directly
went
back.
Yeah.
And that's like, well, no wonder your lungs got hot smoke. You didn't temper it in your mouth or anything along those lines. So I think that there is a fair amount of people that cough really bad because they just draw too much in at once. Or so it's I mean, I'd say if you don't cough, you are to the advantage of it, and you figured out that a while ago.
My wife smokes, but she's also a cougher, and when she does, I'm like, you could just take 2 hits back to back and not cough, not just one, and it doesn't.
And some
stop
people
it.
just have agitated lungs.
Yeah, well, that's true. But also, some people just in their head they consume that way, right? Like, if you're not coughing, you don't get off. Wait, I've just fucking butchered that. Jesus, you gotta cough to get off. Jesus. You can tell I'm well prepared tonight, guys.
It kind of
works.
There's
something to that, though. There's actually something to that. If you actually start
you're depriving yourself of oxygen,
and then exactly, really fucking
You can also achieve that very same thing by taking a hit and then choking yourself with a belt for a little while. And while you're in it, cranking one out and David Carradine the whole situation.
Would have gone NXS, but
NXS too. Yeah. Damn, that would have been a better one.
Well, we hit both
there we
chords. We harmonized, my man.
we both have that relevant pop culture.
Synchronizing relevant pop culture. Yes.
We both have a list in our head of people who have died that way.
Digress.
You know what? That's taking up very excellent space for something we should learn. So I do have to ask, because my dearest friend Johnny is so kindly educating the future generations to the shock of so very, very many. What have you learned recently? What's been going on in your garden?
Me?
Yeah, man. The other Johnny.
I wasn't sure how that question was going. I usually.
Well, that's because I'm bad at this.
Feel blindsided. I have learned recently. I have far too much going on for my garden. Oh man, what did I do to my mic? Really? I have too much going on in my garden that this is weird. I don't know what's happening. Hold on.
We can skip you. We can go howling. We can talk about Howling and I's super negative experience.
I don't even know how I would fix it. Is it that bad?
No.
Sounds like it's not even the mic.
Yeah, it sounds like you connected to a different mic or something, maybe.
It says I'm connected to this mic.
Do your headphones have mics?
Yeah. All right. Carry on.
Anyhow.
Ask
Stoney. Do you? Yeah, but before Howling and I get into a super self-sapping, sad adventure of depression, do you have anything that's on in your garden? I know you're super busy.
Yeah.
Is everything going okay
Good
in your
stasis.
garden?
Yeah, good stasis. I mean, I'm pretty far into flower, so my tangy tip iguana is in her like like she still continues stretching pretty far through, really setting everything big with the buds, and a really cool structure this time, almost like crown of tries of buds. So I'm really looking forward to see how she's gonna fade out. Two spice melange next to each other, so watching two different phenos or two of the same, just watching them grow next to each other. One is spiked out, got another 4 5 6 inches taller than the other. The other one is just like a cone, just looks like a traffic cone, just solid dense buds. I'm really trying to keep my humidity down to like almost, I think, 51% right now. I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna see some bud rot a little bit later on because it's so dense. But if I start pulling leaves into it now, I don't want to throw her into shock. So just gonna kind of let her ride. And I've got and you guys have seen it before. I run a inline fan with like a 6-inch hose and kind of have it from the floor shooting directly up, blowing some air across her so that she gets some extra air. But the one next to her is 4, 5, 6 inches taller, and she's just as pretty and nice and airy. So, yeah, I've got some incredible ones. Going to Tangy Tip Iguana is probably my remarkable one right now.
Amazing how often that happens.
Well, to be expected, right? To be expected, as far as I can tell. But yeah, I'm already starting to think about the next round too.
What's
So,
noodling around in your head?
just
Anything
for
you can share yet?
shits and giggles, I pulled out my archive that's grown up to 2 boxes now. Like one cigar box and one other kind of sliding wooden box. But there, I have a giant archive, but I'm thinking about doing another photo run in the small tent again, and potentially seeing what kind of harvest I can get out of this one, and maybe possibly doing a whole run of photos in the 5x5. But we'll see. I still
Wow.
have so many autoflower genetics, and of course the night owl drop is coming up. So
Yeah.
and like I'm already behind on things, but I simply couldn't miss the Sin City Seeds drop. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows my penchant for Hunter
Oh,
S.
yeah.
Thompson and everything around Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. So yeah, when I saw that one come out, and Sin City Seeds too, that's a remarkable collab that he's doing. So I'm always the
Well,
hugest fan when he does those.
to
So
piggyback on your love of the Hunter S. Thompson that we all very much know and appreciate around here, our YAG Night Owl stickers started with some designs that Mitten threw together, and then you put more Hunter S. Thompson inspiration into the owl, which was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, I think it's one of the really cool things. I think I caught a podcast or I caught something, and Daz was using it's an old school the cigarette holder, but
Yeah.
the brand was called the Denicatia. And I saw him smoking his joints with it, and I'm just like thought that was the classiest, coolest thing that I'd seen in a long time. So when we were going back and forth on the sticker, I was like, "Hey, man, you know how I'm feeling about Hunter Thompson." And so it was a cool little collab. I mean, I love the way that guy's mind works and the way he collaborates and really puts thought into everything. So even down to that one sticker that could have just been something really, like, hey, yeah, go ahead, go for it, guys. You just send me your logo and put it on there. There was like a back and forth full on design. So, I mean, we all dig the stickers that come out, but he actually works pretty hard on those. Comes up with the
Oh,
designs and goes
absolutely.
back and forth with them. So it's
And
a pretty cool one.
yeah, and it was cool that Mitten came up with Growing the Mitten came up with that like base design that we started
Mhm.
everything with. It was just such a cool collaborative thing for
Yeah.
such a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Them helping us is just amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
and pulling it all together. I mean, that was such a
yeah.
cool experience to have in
But
there.
when I saw that the Sin City collab afterwards, I was like, well, Stoney's got to get
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, it's not often that I go full T-shirt and everything on
Yeah.
this one, but I definitely did the pre-order on it. I knew this one was coming, but yeah, so my fingers are crossed that they're, because I mean, every time the guy does a drop, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So especially as he's moving into some of the big photo community like that, I mean, that name carries a pretty heavy roster. So, you know, I'm sure that there's people that are dabbling into it, and it'd be interesting to see how long those seeds last. So I'm fingers crossed, got to check my timings and everything else, but I'm sure I'm going to pick up something else. And then while I'm there, I'm just guilty of it. So good chances one of those will probably make it in there, but I think I still have stuff from the last drop that I really want to get in. So yeah, I haven't decided anything yet, but like, you know, the gears start running. It's probably got a good 4 weeks before I'll be into it. But if nothing else, I know I'm gonna run a small photo run again like I did last time for sure.
Perfect. Excellent. Johnny, you're back. How is that isolation?
I'm hoping I'm back.
There it is.
Oh yeah,
Sounds great,
back,
dude.
baby.
Jeez. I hate when
That's
that happens.
Sweet voice.
I even had a fucking thing in place so that it wouldn't happen, and I was like, no, it didn't happen. I'm looking at my shit, and then so yeah, I'm back. I'm back, boys.
I was just waiting for Howling to go get closer to your mic.
That's
down the throat, Johnny.
No, I'm excited to have you running some photos, man. I feel like I'm in a fucking Autoflower-esque community. I feel fucking trapped. I don't know shit. Like I can't broaden my horizon because I take all my friends' words for what the fuck is everyone should be growing. And there's so few people growing fucking photos that it's just like, I'm trapped. So I'll be glad.
We're getting more. We're getting more.
I know.
You know, we're getting more.
Well,
it's just funny that Howling is
currently
currently taking a break because he's normally always growing so many photos.
He's our anchor
right now. Yeah, he's normally our like.
Does he?
Yeah,
I forgot.
I forgot. He's already shaking his head angrily.
So yeah, that's no, man. I've been too fucking busy for the most part, and it's
educating
great because yeah, well, adult ed.
That's what you say. That's your legal argument. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, man.
Yeah. I think that's why they can hire a schmuck like me. Anyways.
Because we're not responsible. They're over 18.
Yeah. We're just, they paid us anyways. Let's now that they've paid us, we're good to go. No, so I'm lucky because the outdoors, well, we just had our first frost last night, so you can pretty much anything's fucking done. The loofahs haven't even changed, so I'm thinking those things just ride and ride and ride until they finally dry out and you can fucking pull them off. But they're still full and like fucking no seeds shaking around. So I'm not going to pull them yet, but they tipped over the other day. They just got so heavy on the wire basket they're hanging on. The whole fucking plant just fucking thing. I got a picture at work going, the loofahs fucking fell over.
Oh, no.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Everything you grow is just too heavy.
Yeah, it is. Pumpkin slam. I like that. Booyah. Anyways, no, so my shit's all on fucking autopilot. They're fucking, what are they? The BGGs, the blueberry sauce, man, that thing is just, that's what I can smell when I walk, or not even walk in the house, when I pull in the driveway. My attic fan just blows it right in there. It's like, woo, it's loud and just full of fucking blueberries. So I'm excited. She overtakes the strawberry coughs that are in there, and you just don't even notice them. I even try, it's like, I forget to even smell them that they're there. It's just I get so excited. I smell the blueberry sauce. I spray the fucking hose in. I check my fucking moisture meter and it's like, yeah, this seems good enough. And then I look at it again. Like tonight, I know I need to fucking throw the hose at him again. And it's just that simple. That's literally everything's just getting water at this point. I was a little concerned about the ethos getting hungry because when I lifted the cover on the earth box, all I saw was fucking feeder roots. It's like, fuck. So down to the fucking urban worm bag and just dropped some out the bottom and sifted them out and put fucking probably 2 pounds of earth castings on top of it. And I've got a mound. It's the first time it's like, I'm really putting these earth boxes to work because they've been through fucking like 4, 5, 6 runs maybe
And
at
you've
this
never
point.
dumped them or anything? Just kept
Never
going?
dumped. Just keep adding.
Oh,
just
yeah.
paid attention to the plant and top dressed based on what the plant was fucking telling me, and just
how much
looked at the
faster
feeder
do you
roots.
sift now? With
Oh my god, that new sifter is insane. Like
Is
that took me no time. I dropped a whole fucking mortar tote. I dropped a whole bin of that, probably an inches thick worth.
okay,
I sifted that in 15 minutes maybe because it was kind of dry. I hadn't watered my bag, but it was dry. So out the bottom of that urban worm bag, it
Hell
sifted
yeah.
so fast and in 2 different layers. I didn't care. I just wanted the castings. So I dumped both back into the worm
on.
bag, the cocoons and the worms on top, right back into the bag. But the castings is what I was after. And it's basically at the rate in which I sift, it's almost vermicast. It's not quite because I'm sure there's still baby worms getting through because I have a bigger mesh than I have for my hand sifter where you're getting just the black, just the pure black. Mine are a little bit browner. I get some perlite that come through because I've thrown bags of like bad soil in there for like bedding and stuff. So I get a little bits of perlite through that, and you can definitely see some smaller cocoons will fall through that, but I like the level at
trade-off
which
of
I
ti-
sift. It's like I would actually like give that to somebody who had a hurt for soil over just the fucking black gold. You know what I mean?
sure.
Like if
build
somebody
out
was
the
like
whole
needing
thing.
to amend exactly, like there's so much more in the thicker sift or the bigger sift. So I'm digging it. Plus it just rides on that mortar bin and sifts them like nothing. So
I'm sitting on
super
so much shit I gotta sift right now. And I'm just like, I'll put it off another day because I hand sift. So it just takes
I know
forever.
you put it and then you sit there and bang it and
forever.
Yep. And at the level at which I'm producing at this point now, it's just it's impossible. I don't even have the time. So
No.
I can't imagine you would do either. Yeah. But I do have a DIY method for the one that the one that I think it's called Worm Gear. And there is DIY that ride just along the tote, and you make it out of lumber and fucking screening that you can get from like Lowe's or Home Depot, like from any fucking hardware store that's got some lumber. It's super easy. But it's how much time do you have to sit and build it? You know what I mean? So
you got to trade off time.
Time is money. It's always time is money. You know what I mean?
All I got in my head is, you remember in the movie Happy Gilmore where his grandmother was in the nursing home and they had to make all the sweaters and stuff or whatever and knit and sew? Why don't you have these kids making you the sifters?
Oh, genius.
I probably could. If I brought the lumber in, I for sure could have them build some sort of project like that.
You could tie it back to some concept or something.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And this, kids, is why you need to learn about labor laws, because you just got screwed.
Yeah.
Only if he sells them. Only if
yeah.
he sells them.
No.
If he gives them away, it's just
gives them away for a donation.
But we can make we can make planners and stuff like for people if they buy the materials. They just have to realize it's coming from a student and agree that it's going to take whatever time, yada yada yada. But yeah, we can actually do that.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Now,
but anyways,
I have one question pertaining to a friend of yours. You shared a picture of his tangy. Holy shit!
Wow.
How in the world did that happen?
So,
did he feed it anything, or was he
yeah?
taking
So
good care of it?
That was an outdoor. That was a photo period tangy.
Yeah.
So
I figured that.
I think that was either 3 or 4. So I had saved 3 as my with the one I was interested in the most. I don't have it anymore because we're gonna go on a real hunt. The terps were never dissimilar. I just like the way she cloned the best. All the terps were very similar. It wasn't tangy. It wasn't full blown tangy. At least in early stages on, I was getting fucking some tangy, and then late stages, and then I had to bud wash too. You remember? So who even knows what I ended up with? But at least I know when I walked in the door at home, I wasn't getting tangy. Anyways, to answer your question, he had 2 of them. He had already chopped one because he was worried about bud rot. This one he was letting go a little bit longer. And that was the day he took that picture. It was way over his head. It was like 7 foot tall, easily 7 foot tall. And yeah, I mean, you see the branches he was just super ecstatic. So this is a guy, like I said, I share my cuts with people. They always come to me in the spring for fucking outdoor ready fucking plants. So I fucking either give them some females or like some femme photos or something that I've cloned and fucking passed along. But I've got a bunch of people that like to fucking grow outdoors. I can't do it. It always sucks, but they come and get fucking clones, and he had a couple of tangies, and that they just fucking, you saw the smile on his face. If you zoom in, he was ecstatic. And I said, wait till you fucking smoke it, man. Cause I said the fucking head is even better. The grow is fun, but the head is fucking better. So, I'm excited for him, but
hell yeah, man.
Anyways, speaking of fucking tangy, I got like 4 or 5 fucking vials here sitting here ready to go. There's 3 there, so and I plus there's at least 4 of these. Thank you, Padre, for the last one. I got now gratefuls and fucking BGGs, so and mine and yours. So we're gonna hunt these tangies. And it's coming up because this tent's about to get ready to harvest. Because that blueberry sauce, she's turning the corner. The strawberry coughs, they're fucking
Gonna
narrow.
be a while.
Yeah, they're gonna be a while. They don't have a fucking brown hair on them that I have seen yet. And the blueberry sauce is rounding fucking third. So she's gonna have to get chopped separately. Luckily, I didn't do any trellising on that. So that's great.
So they're not intertwined.
Yep. And then I just realized that the tent to the right of that with that Kraken times joints blueberry and the extra strawberry cough that was in there, that's going to be a problem too, because those Krakens are probably going to fucking want to come quickly. And I did lower the fucking net on those because
you're gonna have to.
it was just the way I had to. Damn it, I'm gonna have to cut the net mid,
or you just don't do full plant. If you keep if you want to keep the net up for the other plant, just hang that whole plant.
Speaking of, I had to do that with the Hella Jelly. She came down a while ago.
I know Howling
about
has
2
had
weeks.
to do it quite a few times because he's grown massive, but
and I've had to do that with her.
Yeah, and you've had to do it. So you might have to just do it again.
Had to. Yeah, I don't like doing it, but normally I don't grow anything big enough. Like, so the tangy I had outdoors, both of them I had to cut like in half because they were too tall. They were fucking. I have the 8x8 that is 72 inches tall, so they were dragging on the ground if they were to be hanging and then on a hanger and everything else. So they were close to fucking 6 foot tall, both the tangies, and then the Hella Jelly too. It was that one came down strategically because I was gonna try and uproot it and save it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take Matt Fradd up on his offer. He's got some Hella Jellies that are seeds, so I might grow them again and just do another hunt with those sometime in the future. But the tangies are gonna get ran, and the Hella Jelly, I'm gonna let her go, man. So goodbye, HJ3. I'm not gonna fucking uproot her, and I fucked up. I'm just gonna let her pass on. So
it's the end of a dynasty there. Oh man.
I know, man. It hurts because what's great though, is I actually get to enjoy her one last time because I harvested her when I did. I could have pushed it. This more time, but I didn't want to risk her getting bud rot. I should look because I haven't uprooted it yet. I should look to see what the flowers are telling me that are outside that I left to re-veg. if there's any signs of bud rot or that, because that would be fucking even more hurtful when I find out like she's really resilient to it. It's be like, damn, I miss
would
her
be a
even
bummer.
more. But no, but anyways, there's good stuff happening, and it's just on autopilot. So like the bubblegum queen, fucking, she was a long vegger. I was fucking like, three of them didn't even fucking survive. Like 2 of them didn't even pop. The seeds never came up. And then one of them like had fucking SIDS and just rolled over and died instantly. And then it's probably because this one was like, nah, bitches, I'm taking over. And she took over most of that fucking tent. She's the reminisce, like probably twice the size of the big one I grew before.
Oh, hell
Of
yeah.
the bubblegum queen. So I'm really excited to see what she's doing.
Well, here's hoping it's the same terps on her.
Yeah, I'm not getting terps yet, but she's definitely flowering out now. Guy
She's been
Fieri
going for a
looking.
while.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Long
She's
time.
a fucking long vegger. So I talked to Association and he said that one is a long fucking vegger. Just let her go. I was like, man, I don't know. Like, she's so small and I know it's fucking day 21 and it's just always never good from this point on. He's like, she's a long vegger. Got to be like day 25 and I'm seeing sex, but not signs of flowering. And then it was like, day 28, day fucking 30 something. I'm like, holy fuck, man. That's fucking amazing. So I was super stoked when she fucking went into that extra stretch and it was like, hell yeah. Now I'm
hell yeah,
worried
man.
about getting fucking that shit falling all over itself now too. But I'm excited because this is the nicest autoflower I've grown in a long fucking time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so, and then right next to that, I had to spread out the fucking ethos. I had to put a bunch of fucking bamboo inside the earth boxes and spread it out because that thing, when I filmed it, it just literally looks like a fucking bouquet, a perfect bouquet of flowers that you would just fucking grab and hand somebody. So it's like, bitch needs to breathe. So I had to finally fucking start pulling the branches to the outside. So I just stuck bamboo and then took some fucking twisty ties and tied them to that and pulled them away from themselves. So get some air in between that bitch and let them start fucking thickening up. And she is extra fucking fat wide leaf. So this is really exciting. This thing is
Howling looks so
crazy to see
proud.
growing. Well, dude, but there's 3 strawberry coughs, and they are the narrowest thing I've fucking ever grown. Like,
Oh, for
they
sure,
are
dude.
narrow.
Hell yeah.
I like super narrow. Even the hazes that I've grown, I have never seen anything like that. So I'm pretty stoked on those, and it's exciting to have a fucking mix getting back into my garden. Like, fingers crossed everything's going fucking good with it being on autopilot, and I'm kind of monitoring what's going on with environment and just really hoping not to have a fucking issue because like I said, I'm fucking out of weed, which is why I'm fucking dabbing and limiting the joints and just it's finally coming. I think it's good because I think I'm ready to trim up that fucking hella jelly. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. What about you? What's your fucking garden like?
Oh, well, quite the opposite of what you just described, my friend.
Tiny?
Well, I guess right now.
Not so overwhelming.
No, so I got back from vacation and pulled 3 of the 4 that I was growing.
Oh man.
Both the Tangy RBXs and the Frogception. The Frogception was doing something real wild. She started to grow, and then she was showing up major signs of deficiencies and stuff. But she's had this weird, like, she was just stunted, and it wasn't worth keeping her long because I was resetting so much.
Mm-hmm.
But both of the RBXs were just super slow. Like, I was on day 33, I think, when I pulled them, and they were like 12 inches tall and a single stick, right? Like, just straight vertical, no branching or anything like that yet, really.
This is so wild because you're like the guy who just is always let it ride.
Yes, normally I would on probably the frog exception. The other two were so small, but I'm already low on head stash, right? And I can't have out of 4 plants that I'm growing because I'm also growing a space station gold that is doing very well. She's quite lovely, having no issues, right? And so I didn't want to reset everything or just let them all go when only one of the 4 plants is really worth anything. So it was more of a just, well, this isn't, I'm not going to keep flower out these you know, the time
More
and
of
shit ain't worth it. Yeah.
An
And
economical decision.
yeah, it just was at the end of the day. It just, there's no sense in paying the electricity to keep when I can just reset and get a much more bountiful harvest.
Yep. Time is money on that one. Yeah, for sure.
And only slightly
Especially with
delayed too.
Yeah, and it's 30 days as opposed to like if I'm they all go like 90 days, and those tangies look like they were going to go like slightly longer too. So I would have been out, you know, if I would have gotten an ounce from each plant, I would have been out like three months per. Like it's hard to do when you only, you know, when I open my tents every day, I want to look, you know, you want to see a bright spot in each tent. At least one. when you open a tent and you're like, what in the fuck is this? Like, you're gonna reset. So I did. I planted 2 more tangy back grasses because Howling has a beautiful one. Chuck has a beautiful one, and Lost Coast Autos grew a beautiful one too. And I know there was some people had some issues with it, like theirs, and have had to restart too. So I don't feel like it's totally on me, thankfully. Like I'm not sitting here questioning myself, like, oh,
No, there's
fuck
something
up
in the universe.
Yeah. Well, besides that, you know, so I'm giving it a good shot. You know, planting 2 more. I'll get one. And then I moved Frogception down on the list, and I planted Space Puppy, Cosmic Puppy, which is Space Station Orange by Fenrir, right? Fenrir. Why can't I not talk tonight?
Fenrir?
Jesus Christ, Fenrir.
Fenrir.
My goodness gracious. Yeah. So I talked to BGG, and we've known that that's his thinnest leaf out of this wolf box set, and he was like, "Run it." So I am, and yeah. That's the story of the bad juju I have going on in my tent, but everything reset right when I got back from vacation. My vacation was wonderful. Thanks for asking. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks for giving us the chance to.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to talk about it. It was fun. I'm now back in the world of working again. So yay.
Yay.
But yeah, I think this reset's doing good. I'm keeping my eye on Chuck and Howling's back cross, and I'm showing the pictures to my non-existent plant every day, and hopefully that positive vibe goes through. All right. How about you, Howling? Let's keep it going with the depression.
For you.
We'll start with the high note is the tangy. I think that's the only thing I find joy in to go downstairs and look at, because everything else upsets me. But tangy, there's something in the air, but everyone's been having problems getting seeds started or having plants that want to live. And it's hit me too. I've never had such a spell like this one where seeds are just not even cracking open, or things dying once they pop up. It just sucked. But tangy was the one out of all of them that didn't give a shit and just came to life. And within like 48 hours, it was ready to rock and roll. So I really enjoy her, and she's my experimental one. So I use this tray to grow, and I've been changing pot sizes. And mostly what I want to do is get as most hands off as possible for the whole grow. And the last couple every other day I was mixing up some nutrients to pour into the tray. But what I'm trying with the tangy is I went up to the 1 gallon size, and I'm going to use the Bokashi Earthworks Green Bodhi collab fertilizer along with their humates. And I've seen, like, he posted something like keeping moms and stuff alive and like super big and 1 gallon pots just on that alone. So I'm like, well, shit, I can run some autos in this thing. So I'm trying that, and I'm glad that she's not with the experiment, not the one giving me a hassle. But I have the 4x4 started, I guess you could call it. That's the wolf pack, and there's some angry wolves. They're pissed off at me for some reason. And my beds are pissed, or the just environment's pissed off at me, because once I finally got them to pop and go into the beds, they've been real slow going, and something is eating away at, which one's that one? Wolfberry. I'm getting little spots on the leaves, and I'm like, oh shit, I got thrips. After a couple of years, it's going to hit me now. But I have scoped the hell out of those leaves. I can't see anything but a couple predator mites that so happen to get on the plant, and that's it. And they're not supposed to be eating away at the leaf material. I think they're just kind of lost on their way and got up on the plant, and there might be like 1 or 2 of them, but they're hard to find because they're microscopic, so are thrips.
Dude, I've had explosions of those fucking things at times, like crawling all over. Like literally,
Yeah,
I go in
they're
and
all
I'll take
over.
a picture, and when I'm there, they'll be crawling all over my
Yeah.
iPhone and everything. I've had them all over, so I don't ever worry about those. Yeah, those
So I'm
are
wondering
never.
if they're just fucking with this plant, and it's the one out of the 4. The other ones are not showing spots on the leaves, and every day I'm down with the scope and looking again, and all I find is a couple of them on the leaves, but I've never found spider mites or aphids or thrips, the things that you would typically find.
Invasive ants?
No, I have looked at the soil. I did not see any invasive ants, thankfully.
They're not Brazilian either, dude.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope I don't have something in my soil. I'm hoping that this is just something a little, maybe too much of a population or something that's around that plant, and it's fucking with it. So I've been spraying it with Lost Coast every day. I'm going to do that for a week, and then maybe go to every other day, see what happens. The damage is less. Like I started seeing a few spots on the first set of true leaves right from the start, but the other leaves coming in I think there's like 1 or 2 spots, but it's not widespread like it was before. So maybe the Lost Coast is working, but they're just slow. And so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if the bed was just not what autoflowers like. It's the first time I've ever ran autoflowers in that tent too. So we'll see. And then I got the Cosmic Puppy, which is like, what was it? The Space Station Orange Magenta Gold crossed with Fenrir.
Yeah. At least you can say it.
And I'm excited. So that's going to be that 2x4 with the 2 1 gallon pots is my, I guess that's my experimental narrow leaf tent. I won't be so sad if something happens then.
Oh my God.
There you go.
But I'm taking the Alabrije tent's taking a time off. I won't even. Yeah, won't even be started up for at least a month, maybe 6 weeks. I'm in no urge to start up anything else right now. I'm kind of pissed off.
Well, you're also growing the tangy, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily in a hurry to get some Alabrije planted. You got some.
Yeah, I got the tangy running, and so what I'm gonna do
I think currently the only good-looking plant in the grow together from the host of YAG. So congratulations. No one else posts pictures, and Johnny doesn't know what about
together.
One of these days we'll get you in one.
One of these days.
We're doing grow togethers again. When do we? Wait, Tangy is still the same one.
Yeah, it's still. We never said it.
Still year one, baby.
They're just
all been a terrible
perpetual,
dream.
dude.
Yeah.
Once they start, they just are perpetual.
Johnny's on his own schedule.
It's my only problem.
I can't wait till you start the mango smile.
I know, eventually. The only one he'll participate in is one he's currently doing, and he has a chance to win the prizes. So we'll figure one out here soon. Speaking of prizes, quick interjection. I have an entire box of stuff that Alabrije plus the ashtray is to give away. So look towards that button, magical button that you click, because we're giving away a bunch of cool shit. We have some of those tangy pipes. put that in the no whammies section
In
of
the
our
no
Discord.
whammies, in the no whammies section, discord.youraverage. How does it go again? Discord.com.
I would hope you know.
Discord.gg.
Yeah, it's the GG
/ your
something.
average grow.
Grow, not go.
Yep,
Grow. But
go.
yes,
You see, I can't speak.
there you go.
So no, it's discord.gg / your average grow.
There
in the
you
no
go.
whammies section, in case
Get a chance to win the tangy pipes, man. And then we have the ashtrays. We've got a whole bunch of cool shit. Good.
What?
Oh, we have a bunch of West Coast Tucadillo.
I told you it's the same grow together.
It's the same one as the
Same
original
one.
tangy one.
Right.
You've just been awoken from a coma, bro.
It just trust me, this past fucking year seems like one, my man.
But it's been so
One.
much fun.
It has been a great year for YAG.
Two.
That West Coast Tucadillo, and actually all the marathon crosses, I just harvested those, I don't know, maybe just a few days ago. And I stunk up the whole damn house. They were good, smelly to begin with, but the moment I like to trim off like the big fan leaves and stuff, and I also kind of separate the plant a little bit, maybe split it into thirds. And it was releasing these like funky, gassy meat terps every time you cut her. Like, and it wasn't there beforehand, but once you cut her, it's just this. It was like hot dogs maybe or something. It's like it was just something, and I'm like, and I've had this with quite a few Alebrije strains. The meat terps come out, and I think it was I say was the double cheeseburger. Was that?
Yeah.
That was Calabrino Funk.
Yeah.
Was the double cheeseburger, but she was like pissed off that I was cutting her up, and she was like spraying me with shit, and it just stuck. My son's bedroom is downstairs next to the grow room, and he has one of these air purifiers that kick on when there's pollutants in the air, and all of a sudden you hear this thing just whirling away. I'm like, this is raunchy, this is bad.
That's crazy.
And when I was
never had
cutting,
never had.
She was giving it off. All three of them. It wasn't even just one of them. It was all three of them. All the marathon crosses did it. Yep. So that's interesting for anyone that grows it. I want to hear if you get the meat terps when she's pissed off being cut up.
That is super curious.
Yeah.
Who was leading this? Oh shit, it was me. Well, we had a successful sale of the Nama Potters. What are those? The half-gallon bonsai pots, right?
Can of bonsai pots, yeah.
The cans of yeah.
The Kansas bonsai pots.
The Kansas things. Anyways,
Let's go around and everybody say their least favorite thing
trying
about
to find
Kansas.
the right size boxes to get these things shipped out is proving to be a bigger fucking task than it was to get these into my hands. So I'm working on getting the boxes, and the bubble wrap is already here. I'm going full bubble wrap, not paper this time. We're gonna make sure to get these things hopefully not broken and just there safely, but the fucking finding the right size boxes. But we'll get them. They're getting there. Also, I got to send somebody I got to send Padre a bunch of shit. I got to send somebody a mug still. It's busy. It's really, I didn't think I would ever get this fucking busy again, but it's blowing my mind.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to our new section, Johnny's Mental Notes. I hope you enjoyed.
Just this is that way when I listen to this one, I know
when you edit it back, exactly, you'll know. I know exactly why you're doing it.
Anyways, thank you. We'll get them out. Just it's the boxes, and thank you to everyone who participated, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be another order right behind that. So there's going to be some more. And does anyone have anything to plug?
No. I get to ask one ridiculous question every time we get together.
You see, this
before
is
we
why I
do
don't
this.
lead episodes because there's no. I don't know. I'm too fucking YAG with my own shit.
You guys have all had your first frost, right? What is one activity that you now look forward to doing that it is cooled off for that you can't wait to do for the first time? This year, obviously, not first time ever. You all look perplexed, so this is a great question. I'm going to go with Howling first.
Well, I'm a little confused because I think you've asked a similar question to this.
Well,
I think
don't.
Yeah, but
we've
it
done
was
the
hundreds of
fall.
these.
The fall.
Yeah. Now it's
Now
the
that it is
frost.
frost.
What do I like to do?
Fine, you know what?
He
Suck
did
it
say
up.
ridiculous question. No,
I
that's
said
fair.
ridiculous. We're going to go with something else then, dickheads.
No, I was going to say get in the
Um,
fucking hot tub.
Yeah, see, that was going to be a good answer. That's the kind of thing I was looking forward to. I believe I said, what is your favorite fall activity? This is the one I was asking which one you would like to do first. There is a difference between them, but I get it is a gradual one, so I'll ask a different question. Howling.
Yep.
Which holiday is your least favorite?
Probably New Year's Eve.
Okay, see, that's a solid answer.
That was a hard one because like I'm finding reasons to like all of them, and I was gonna just piss off BGG and say Halloween, but no, probably New
You're
Year's
afraid
Eve.
of the violence.
I just hate
Okay.
all the anxiety around it and
Yeah.
the people that want to like do busy shit around a bunch of people. Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm glad that you didn't pick something silly like Valentine's Day or something. You went straight solid. I get it. Right on. Stoney, what eloquent way are you gonna ask for people's forgiveness when you answer this question?
Man, I hate to say it, but fuck Columbus Day. Who celebrates
Now the
it?
Italians.
Who honors
Yeah.
it? It's some places do, some places don't. Some schools are out, some schools aren't. Some people close down their businesses, some don't. It's just kind of like, hey, let's get on the same page here. It's
Well,
called different things in different
Out in
areas.
California, everyone gets off for school for Indigenous People Day.
Yes, yeah.
There is no
yeah.
Columbus Day out west.
Yeah,
here.
but in Chicago, we are. Yeah, there's plenty of neighborhoods where it's definitely.
Well, I think we should take a side. I think YAG. No, I'm just kidding.
I retort, but yeah, Columbus Day is probably my least favorite because you never really know what it is, and then it just kind of sneaks up on you, and then you're like, "Oh, bam, we've got a Monday off," and then I got to figure out what's it's Columbus Day. Do I work? Can I send mail?
I gotcha.
I
How does that
get
feel,
mail.
Howling? You put yourself out there, and he took one of the easier targets right off the bat.
No, no. Actually, it was Columbus Day this last Monday.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But okay, so it pisses me off. It's who treats it as a holiday. I'm
And
thinking,
why?
oh, it's a
What are
bank
we
holiday. It's
celebrating? A fucking lie?
See,
I
It's a
know.
That's what
federal
I'm
holiday,
saying, man.
But garbage is not delayed. And guess who didn't put their fucking garbage out because they thought it was delayed because it's a holiday everywhere else that nope.
I couldn't
nope,
imagine who.
And
that
what did I
person
say?
would
Fuck
be.
that.
Fuck Columbus Day.
Fuck that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Johnny,
no.
are you gonna
Fuck
pile
Christmas,
on?
dude. Yes. No.
Okay,
I'm,
you
What?
Grinch
No,
bastard.
no, you're out of here now.
Fuck
We're going to
them
the
kids.
triangle. The circle
Fuck
is over.
Christmas, dude. It is the absolute
No.
No.
worst. It's
gonna
the absolute
fight.
fucking worst.
Every
Why?
year we
Why?
have this debate. It is
Every year, everybody
arguably
has
one of
to
the
get
better
jolly
times of the
and
year.
fucking
Yes.
figure out who to
That is
buy
called
for
being
and
a
what
person.
the fucking eat a goddamn dick.
I will say
I
the gift
fucking hate
giving,
Christmas.
it's a bit much, and it's always like the next year has to be more than the previous
Hey,
year. And
hey,
It's
don't
a holiday
pile on to
manifested
the,
in
"Oh, shit,
capitalism
Grinch."
and fucking Christianity, and it's like absurd.
I don't know how people who don't get snow enjoy the Christmas time though. Like my favorite
Ignorance.
thing in the Christmas, and sorry, you're going to
Yes.
ruin this question in the next circle for the winter time, is my favorite thing is when it's a powdery snow coming down and it muffles all the noises. I go
I
for a
remember
walk
that
with
from
the
last year.
dog, and you get like
Hey,
the
dickhead,
snow
I remember
covering
the answer
lights.
to the questions that I asked. Yeah, I wanted
I
that
love it.
answer when I asked it. I don't need to hear it twice. Yes, when we get to winter, I'll ask again.
Nope,
But
it's
I will
ruined
tell
now.
you that ignorance is how we get through it. If all you've ever known is 75 or 69 in winter. It's kind of all you have to base things on.
I was at Disney for Christmas, or right before Christmas, and it was so weird to be like outside in Christmas Wonderland and like it's 75 degrees and
Yeah,
you're kind of sweating. It's weird.
We get excited about rain close to Christmas because it is a change. Like we get I would very much like to do a white Christmas. I'm not shy to admit that, as stereotypical it is.
Why?
But then I also don't want to shovel snow every day or not wear sandals and socks.
No, I don't.
Shorts.
It's such a weird notion.
It's not weird, Johnny. You're wrong and broken. Nothing is redeeming about your belief in Christmas. You are wrong, and you should feel wrong. You hate things that give people joy.
Your opinion, man.
It's just I know. I'm sure there are way more people that hang out around us that hate Christmas.
No,
they're all wrong too.
I will go so much as I fucking despise the whole fucking notion. It's every fucking year I go
broke. Is it
broke.
the kids that get joy? Is that what you hate the most, or is
what
it
kids?
laughter?
When's the last time
Is it
you've seen
other
a
kids?
fucking kid with joy on his face?
Every time I see my nephews, homeboy.
Yeah.
Your fucking kids aren't raised around me.
Well, okay.
Just
We need to break down the psychological issues. That is true.
A smile is not joy. And kids just aren't like joyful at fucking Christmas. They're spiteful. They're fucking demanding. They're fucking greedy.
That's every day.
Dude.
But they're extra worse at Christmas time. Why? What's the whole fucking notion to a child that if they're good the whole year, that Santa Claus is gonna buy them some shit? Fuck right off. That's
when they are younger, before they get to the age where they know what the coolest toy is, the general joy they get of getting anything under the tree is not a capitalistic thing, dude. They don't care if you spent $4 or if you wrapped up a gift a second time. It is just the joy of opening a gift.
I don't share that joy. I don't
Well,
fucking.
I say good day, sir.
I don't
I know.
see fucking joyful fucking kids. I see greedy kids who are like, "Oh yeah, I knew that was coming."
I think you might need to spend time with some different kids. I'm going to change what I just said.
No, I don't want to spend time with kids. Fuck the kids.
I retract it.
Fuck them kids. I don't want to spend time
legally not
with kids.
able to be around them.
I know. I was going to say.
No.
It is legally required that you stay away and do not take my advice.
Thank goodness. Yes, fucking.
I'm glad that I'm glad that we've declared war on Christmas, Columbus Day, and New Year's Eve. I was going to say New Year's Eve in general, but I'm going to do one better and just say New Year's Day. I hate the Rose Parade. We used to have to watch it as a kid because it's on the local news. It happens up the street, and it's just. I like flowers. My mom's a florist, but holy hell, I do not need to see floats. I'm not a huge parade person, I've found. But yeah, New Year's Day is just, especially now that I don't drink, almost useless because it's not even serving its purpose as a recovery day. It's just a day that everything's closed, which is, I guess cool because everyone slows down. But yeah, New Year's Day, I could take it or leave it. But almost every other holiday, except for Columbus Day, I can get on board with. I'm not even in the debate about the Native Americans or Columbus. I just, whenever Howling's people get a holiday, I'm anti.
See, that's what's even more frustrating is you got these Italians celebrating them, and the dude was a Spaniard.
I know.
Like, what the hell?
It is a ridiculous holiday.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he sailed for the Spanish, right?
Yeah. But it's literally one of those holidays that comes and go and you forget about, whereas you have to spend months figuring out fucking how you're going to fuck yourself every December 25th, right?
Well, I mean, maybe if you looked at it like something different, we could prepare better for the 24th. I guess if I woke up every day going, how am I going to prepare myself for getting fucked on the 24th? I might have a negative view of the day.
Well, fair enough.
Anywho, well, that was my ridiculous question. Get ready for a whole bunch of episodes pro Christmas. We're gonna start our Christmas countdown early this year.
And
Mariah
hey, holy
Carey
shit!
has-
Holy shit! YAG made it 102 episodes. No shit.
That would be so funny. I'm gonna figure
Who
out
had
a way.
102?
There has to be a pot smoking mall Santa somewhere that I can find to interview somehow. So, what is your favorite thing about Christmas?
You know what, man?
Anyhow,
I get the
that's
best
ridiculous.
fucking lap sits, and they
Oh
fucking
yeah, no,
man.
we shouldn't have gone there.
Their paychecks
Now
are
I'm-
so good, man.
All right, Johnny, you can take us out now.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Well, does anyone have
Peace.
anything to plug? Oh, wait. Good God, John!
How come
Don't
I'm
let
always
your
a step
Christmas
ahead?
anger take.
Why do you always? I'm always a step ahead. This
I
is
know.
ridiculous. All right, what are we plugging? Stoney.
There you go.
Yeah, put it on me. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not. I'm plugging this crew. I'm glad to be back, and thanks for the laughter, guys. I needed a good laughter and a good hangout, and I appreciate all of the crew that opens up their ears and wants to listen and laugh along with us. It's been a little while, and our lives get wild and they get crazy, but I really look forward to sitting down with you three and chucking up a little bit and laughing. I laugh sometimes harder at these than I do in the full week. So I really appreciate you guys. So shout out to you fellas.
Love you, dude.
Love you, buddy. I agree. I look forward to him as well. Howler, what about you? What are you plugging?
Oh shit, I can't follow that up with anything. So I say I love you guys. I'm glad to be here. It was a great chat, and hi to everyone. I hope you're doing well. That's my plug.
Padre.
I'm going to take all this positivity forward and complain that in my absence, you guys didn't record and release an episode. So I'd like to apologize to all the 5 people that listen and complain. It is not my fault this time. I'm just kidding. I ain't got shit. I just love you guys, and thanks for spending time with me, man. What about you, Johnny?
Thanks for listening, everybody. Peace.